And Ben Lawrence.
Oh, Goody, how's it happening?
How's it happening? Keep it wrong. It is podcast time. And boy, howdy, what a podcast it is.
Yeah.
What number are we at now?
This is
Ben, old buddy, old pal?
this is podcast episode number 518. We've done
518. Imagine it.
517 other ones of these.
Again, listen to the podcast every day. You're going to be years in now.
And you're probably going
Well,
to hate the sound of our voices.
and who doesn't? I ask you.
Hey, so
So,
I just got back from Kenya
and
yesterday.
boy, oh,
Oh, I
what's
didn't
happening?
tell you how I got back.
Yeah.
I could
Oh,
have
yeah,
been
that's
on a
right.
ship. I am actually. I woke up at 2:30 this morning after going to bed at 6:30 p.m. the night before. Good 5 hours of sleep, but still, I've been up for a good clip.
Can you do the math for how long you've been awake? Did you just say it and I completely blanked?
How long today?
Yeah.
Uh, 14 hours.
You've been awake 14 hours today,
Yeah.
and are you going to go to bed within the next 2 hours?
I'm going to actually try to make it until at least 9 o'clock today
Okay.
because
And for you,
to I tried to stay awake until 9 o'clock yesterday after uh, sleeping in fits and starts on an airplane over 44 hours of being awake.
wow.
Because it took a good 24 hours to fly from Nairobi to Seattle, but our flight didn't leave Nairobi until 11:30 at night, so I had that entire day of being
Yeah.
awake. I don't sleep
So
very well in planes.
what's the time difference? Like when you
They are 11 hours ahead. And
okay.
so it is now 3 a.m. Friday
And
morning in Nairobi.
for those of you who are listening, you can go back to the start of the episode and hear the exact time that I checked out when Ben was talking to me about how he got here. Because you'll hear it when I go, uh, "How many hours you've been up today?" And then, so everything before that, I knew that Ben was talking to me about getting in and what time he got in and things of that nature. Uh, but something happened to my brain and I came back to here while he was finishing that up, if that makes sense.
What happened to
Right.
your brain, Paul?
I've described this a couple of times, Ben. The time that I first remember it happening, interestingly enough, was I think it was before my first car accident, but it might have been right afterwards in my science class when my instructor said, "So that's the most important thing you need to know for this course." And I wasn't doodling, I wasn't looking at something else, whatever, but I just missed that. Our friend Stephen McCandless has suggested that maybe I have microstrokes. I don't know if that's true. But it is interesting. Sometimes I just come back and stuff has happened. Like you were looking at me on video this whole time,
Yeah.
right? I wasn't like looking away or doing something else or whatever. It just like that's what I like that. Just making a noise and twisting my you can't see if you can see on the video like the world just sort of stops for a second. So, but let's talk about it. Nairobi.
Well,
Now,
I don't know if you're
Nairobi
having
is
mini strokes in front of my eyes. Maybe talking about my recent travels isn't the most important thing.
no, no, no. I think this is you've got a very exciting thing, and I think we should talk about it. You've got a very exciting thing, and I think we should talk about it.
You keep my thing
Uh,
out of this.
hey, listen. Hey, keep it out of that too. What?
Put
What's happening?
it over there.
So so can you go through and tell me chronologically kind of what your experience was from
Um,
from getting to the
no,
airport
I
in
don't want to take up
Seattle?
the whole show, but like it's a of all, it's a long, long flight to get there. We went through Charles de Gaulle in Paris. So
Wow.
getting over there, it's a 10.5 hour flight to Paris from Seattle, and then another 8.5 hours from Paris to Nairobi.
Do you change planes or do you simply refuel?
We changed planes. In fact, Paris is one of those airports where if you fly in from one country and fly out to another country, they make you go through security again.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like a domestic transfer. It's a whole thing. And going over there, our layover wasn't all that long, and so we were kind of nervous that we might not make our connecting flight. But spoiler, we did make it,
Hey.
and got into Nairobi about 9 o'clock at night that night, and met our driver. And he was standing out front with the name of our
Oh, that's
company
so you're
outside.
traveling with how many people
Five other
besides
people.
you? Five
So I
other
had
people.
a posse with me.
How well do you know these five other
Very
people?
well. I've been working with them for a number of years, so I do
Okay,
know all of them very well.
perfect,
And we
perfect.
travel well together. It's the same group I went to Puerto Rico with last year.
Yeah.
Um, in Nairobi, unlike Puerto Rico, in Nairobi, the primary language is English and
Hmm.
Swahili. They're probably like everybody speaks Swahili, but like everybody also speaks English because it's a former British colony.
Yeah.
And our all the people we met, all the guides, all the drivers, they all had like English Anglican names: Peter, James, Jeffrey, Leah. And I was wondering if like maybe the people in the service industry have just like Americanized their names for the ease of tourists, but no. These are the given names of the people there because again, British colony, very big, was very big there. Christianity also very big
Hmm.
in
Yes.
Kenya.
S- So, I'm wondering. I don't remember where Bruno Wambe was from.
Bruno
Bruno
Wambe.
Wambo was a French teacher I had when I was in college, and he was from somewhere in Africa, and that was at a time when I was a uh, not a I just went to Africa, excellent country kind of person, but I didn't know anything about Africa. I know more now, but not a lot more.
Yeah.
Um, so, but the reason I mentioned it is because I think it might have been Kenya, but it could have also been the Congo. All I know is it was a K name. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, all of that being said, so you went there. They had your little. Oh, what was the exact wording of the sign that was held up for
Oh, it
you
just said the
guys?
name of our company, our
Okay,
former company.
gotcha.
Um,
Wait, your former company.
yeah, that's why we went because the company shut down, and
Oh,
as a last hurrah and thank you,
oh,
we got sent on an adventure. An adventure we did.
I
It's a pretty big whirlwind because it's a foreign environment, right? Obviously for us,
yes,
and so you're experiencing it through the eyes of like a new traveler, and so everything is interesting, everything is new, and so it's everything feels kind of like pushed together in my mind. In that, if
yeah,
you asked me like what day did we do this thing, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
yeah.
Um, but
When you
Nairobi,
say what day did you do this? This is what I think you mean. you have in your brain a series of events that occur.
Yeah.
If I ask you, did this event and this event happen on the same day? You may not be able to remember.
Correct.
Yes.
And I may not be able to because the trip is also split into like three separate parts. We were in Nairobi for like 3 nights. At the very beginning, spent 3 nights in the Masai Mara, and then spent another 3 nights or 2 nights in Nairobi,
Yes.
and then flew home.
Because
So
I had a similar experience when I was in France where like I went to the Cocteau Chapel,
yeah.
uh Cocteau Design Chapel. I forget if I went there, like if it was in the same town that I was staying at, or if I went to a different town, for example. I remember doing it. Ben muted his microphone. I want to let everyone know to cough,
Yeah.
something
The,
that I should probably learn how
the
to do. So,
sort of professional that I am.
what sort of things? So I don't know if this is, and this is one of those things where this isn't a microstroke thing. This is just a me not retaining information thing. I don't know if you mentioned to me that the reason that you went on here was because the company was shutting down.
Yeah.
Um, I'm experiencing it as new information.
Yeah.
This is what I've started to say to Jennifer. I've stopped saying you've never told me that because I've been proven wrong several times when I think that. So my new phrase is now I'm experiencing this as new information. Um, so it was a last hurrah. Were you guys video
No.
making a film?
Nope. We didn't.
Did you
We went there with
record
no
anything?
work. I didn't even bring my laptop or
Okay,
a
that's what I was
camera
wondering. Yeah,
other than my cell phone.
that is cool. That is really cool.
Yeah.
Um, so what events stand out? What sort of things like made the top 10 of your
Um.
experiences?
Well, here's something. So, it's about a 6 hour drive from Nairobi to the Masai Mara, which is so Nairobi is sort of in like south central Kenya maybe, and then the Masai Mara is further west and in what they call the savannah, not the
Yeah,
Serengeti, not the Sahara. Um, Actually, they call it just the Mara. But anyway, the road to get there at one point goes on the side of a mountain, and it's one of these stereotypical roads you see from like, I know this is Africa, but
yeah.
like, from like Central America or South America, where it's just a 2 lane mountain road, and there are big like trucks just on either side, one line of trucks going downhill, one line of trucks going uphill. One's, and it's on the side of a mountain, so there's a mountain on one side and a ravine on the other.
And no real is was there a guardrail?
Yeah, there's a
Listen
guardrail,
to me, my voice cracked. Was there a guardrail?
So,
Hmm.
and it's left hand drive, or it's left. Yeah, they drive on the left hand side again, British colony, and
Yeah.
so I was sitting on the left side of this Range Rover or this Toyota Land Rover, and so at one point, everything has stopped. Traffic, we're going downhill. Traffic has completely stopped, and we can see down the mountain that the road kind of curves around. Nobody's moving.
Wow.
And this is probably like 9 o'clock in the morning. We need to make it to the lodge at the Mara because that's where our lunch is. We haven't eaten yet, aside from like breakfast at the hotel. And so our driver, Joffrey, who's been doing this for a very long time, he was very good. He like we were next to this pullout on the road where some people were selling maize. Like you could buy like corn on the cob, right? Just on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And so our driver pulls into this and he rolls down the window and he just starts talking to this guy in Swahili. We don't know what he's saying, right? They're talking back and forth. And then the guy, I don't know his name, so I'm just going to call him Bob.
Yeah.
Bob hops up on the side of the Land Rover, like he's hanging on to the side of it by the passenger door. And then we start going down this logging trail that's just on the side of this mountain. It's like it's a shortcut. He's trying to
Yeah.
bypass this traffic jam. And it's calling it a logging road is giving it more credit than it deserves. It's like basically two ruts in the side of in this mountain.
Wow.
And as we get going, the road gets more and more like have you ever seen those like Jeep enthusiast videos where they take their Jeeps on these like roads and they try to like they're to test out like the four-wheel capability of their Jeeps or their
Yeah.
Broncos or whatever. That's kind of what this road was. The further we got down this road, the more it was like kind of scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
truck, the truck was like, it's built for this. Obviously, it's got a high ground clearance, but and it's four-wheel drive, but still kind of nerve-wracking because at one point there's just this steep drop off on the left-hand side, which I can look down this ravine. The wheel was about 3 inches from the edge of the road, and the truck is like leaning like this. So I'm like, if we go over, that's it. Say goodbye.
Yeah.
We're going down this ravine. We're not going to come back up. And probably like worst case scenario, we survive and have to figure out how to like climb our way back out of this mountain ravine. And like Bob, he's still hanging on, but he jumps off. He runs ahead, and he's like giving clues to the driver about like where to go here, turn left here, turn right here. We high center the car at one point on a big rut, so we have to got Jeffrey, the driver, has to like rock it back and forth. All the while, there's 6 of us in the back just freaking the f out because we have no idea like if we're gonna survive this, literally.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this goes on, I don't know how long it was, maybe a quarter mile, but it felt like we were doing this for a half an hour. And when we finally hit, and all the while I'm thinking like, maybe I'd rather be stuck in traffic as opposed to like thinking I'm going to die. And but spoiler, we don't. We
Yeah.
all
Well,
live.
you're.
I'm here. And so when we get to like a the part where the road becomes more road-like and it kind of goes into a small town, we all breathe a sigh of relief, and we make it to the lodge at the Mara for
In time
lunch.
for lunch.
In time. Well, I
Hey.
mean, granted, lunch was like at 3 o'clock, but
Yeah. A
still,
three o'clock lunch.
that was probably that when I found a bat in my room.
What? Someone had been playing baseball, I suppose. Not sure.
Exactly.
No, no, but there was a bat.
Yeah. So the first night we were in that night when we got there. We have lunch, we have dinner. I go back to my room, and it's a strange environment. It's you can't drink the water. They actually recommend don't even brush your teeth with the water here. And I've been I've gotten vaccines against yellow fever and typhoid, and I'm taking malaria pills because the mosquitoes are out for blood. And so it's just it's an unusual environment for someone like me who can like freely drink the tap water in my house and don't have to worry about like the insects killing me or giving me a big disease while I'm here.
Yep.
So, I mean, and also the bed had like a mosquito net surrounding it that's actually built into the room. And but I'm exhausted, so I get to sleep pretty easily, and then I wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning because I think I hear something.
Oh.
But my window's open because there's no air conditioning here, so I have like the screen door closed, and you can hear everything outside. You can actually hear the hippos and the monkeys. They tell
Wait,
you.
what do the hippos sound like?
Um.
Wow.
We actually heard a couple mating on our final day there.
Oh my God.
That's what somebody said that groaning, screeching noise was. But so I'm hearing a bunch of animal sounds from the outside, but it sounds like I'm hearing something from the inside. And I turn the lights on. I don't see anything, so I go back to sleep. The next day, we get back from our game drive. It's like a 10-hour in this Land Rover, looking at all the elephants and the giraffe and the hippo and all that. And I go to my room. It's before we all meet for dinner. I go to my room and I sit in this chair that's by the window. So I'm just looking outside. I'm reading, right? And I hear the same noise that I thought I heard last night. And it's coming from the curtain. And the curtain is like
Oh,
right next to my head. So I put my book down, I lean back, and I pull back the curtain, and there's a bat hanging on to the curtain right there. So I slowly put the curtain back to where it was, and I get up from my chair and put my shoes on, grab all my things, and as I'm standing at the door, oh, and here's the thing. I was offered the rabies shot when I got all my
oh
vaccines,
no,
but
Ben.
it would have been a total cost of almost $1,500, so I declined it.
Oh my God.
And so I'm
Oh my
standing at the door
God.
going, of course the rabies vaccine was the one that I declined, and I have a goddamn bat
Oh
in my room.
no. Oh no.
And I'm thinking, can I take care of this myself? I'm imagining like, so opening up the door, okay, fine, I'll let the mosquitoes in, but I'd rather deal with the mosquitoes over a bat because I at least have vaccines against malaria and yellow fever, and I don't against rabies. And like, do I like grab a towel? And it's dusk, right? It's like
Yeah.
it's almost time for Batman to wake up. And so I'm imagining this scenario where I grab like a towel from the bathroom and like caress, grab the bat and then like release it outside, then quickly close the door. But while I'm thinking about this, I noticed the bat had moved from the curtain where I discovered it, and it is now crawling up the mosquito net that's surrounding my bed. So I'm like, that's it. I hightail it out of there. I don't even get a picture to prove that there was a bat in my
Yeah.
room. But I go to the front desk and I wait my turn because they're checking people in. And I calmly say to the person, yeah, so there's a bat in my room. Can you have someone come and remove it, please? And the gal working the front desk was like, it's almost like she didn't believe me. She's like, a
Yeah.
bat? And then she's like, what room numbers? And so I tell her what room number I was, and she writes it down on her hand. And I'm like, okay. And so I go to dinner, and I'm like, I hope they figure that out. I hope they send someone to my room to release the
Yeah.
bat. And yeah, so after dinner, and after post dinner drinks, it's about, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night. I go up to the front desk and they assure me that housekeeping had gotten the bat out. I was almost expecting them to say housekeeping went and they didn't find the bat, like when
Yeah,
you
that's
take
what
your like when you take your car to the mechanic, right? And
yeah.
they can't find it, can't find what you're complaining about. But no, they say they got it out. And then I went back to my room and I walked through it very cautiously and find no bat. So they were telling the truth. They came and they got the bat out. But every like 15 minutes, not every time I went back to my room, every time before I went to sleep, I always did a thorough search for more bats.
Bat check. Yeah.
I did a bat
The
check.
the interesting thing is, don't bats eat mosquitoes? Is that one thing that they?
They do. They do. But they also, so thank you, bat, for eating the mosquitoes in my room, but please don't give me rabies.
Yeah,
So
that's the thing is if you had had the rabies shot, then the idea of, well, maybe just leave the bat in the room, and if I ignore it, it will ignore me, kind of thing.
yeah. No, I probably still would not have done that. I still would have had
Yeah.
them get rid
Well,
of
if
it.
you're gonna leave anyway to like go and eat or whatever,
Yeah. So
then
I was trying to figure out, like, had the bat been in my room this entire time, or did it get in sometime during the day? And what I thought I heard in my room the night before was something else.
Yeah.
There were geckos in the rooms. I had a couple lizards. Um,
Really?
yeah, just hanging out.
That's
Just
that's kind of cool.
yeah, just chilling on the wall, eating bugs. So
Yeah,
thank you, little
I
friend.
think that's the thing is that I believe one of the reasons why I like cold weather is because it does kill the bugs.
Yep.
Right before winter, there was a wasp nest very high up on our house, like to a point where we wouldn't have been able to like get it,
Yeah.
but like tons of wasps flying in and out and all that. And I do wonder, well, once the weather gets warm, are they just going to come back? Probably,
I mean, is
you
the
know?
nest still there?
Oh yeah, yeah. Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know.
Because we call
Maybe.
someone to go come and get it.
Yeah.
Maybe
I mean,
that might be.
if the
That's
wasp are
actually
like
maybe
hibernating,
I'll write that down.
do wasps hibernate, or do they just die
I mean,
off
I
in the wintertime?
couldn't get anyone now. There's still a lot of snow and ice around,
Yeah,
so that's not gonna.
big winter storm hitting the U.S. except for here, of course.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
y'all faring?
All right. I mean, we've been like we haven't left for the past couple of days. Kind of snowed in.
Yeah.
Monday we went to our. Okay, so, oh Ben, I don't think this is a bad thing. I've told you the name of the theater where I do the improv stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and I told you my plan to take the level 4 over again,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and it's with Betty, and it went fine. Um, but the place where it is, okay. So you remember we went to the art museum. Uh, we didn't go into the art museum, you and I, but we went
Oh,
up to
when
where
I
the
was
art
there?
museum is and to the bean and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
like that area. And you remember how we took the red line all the way up to Jackson and then
Well, I don't
all
remember
that?
the name of the stop, but
Yeah, so we took the red line to Jackson, and so the other place where we work is at the Revival Theater. That's where we go to our improv. And there's a chance now that that theater is going to go kind of like how Annex was itinerant for a while. Like they're not going to have their actual space. They're just going to have classes and stuff, but then not actually meet up there. So right now where we're meeting is in the Fine Arts Building. And it's not really, I don't know if it's tied to a specific college, but most of the stuff in the Fine Arts Building, like there are actual like rooms that people can rent out and stuff. And so our class is meeting there, and it's great. I love the building. It is
I think
old
they
and
tape wait in that building.
oh, that might be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's old and just tons of character and just artists doing stuff,
And
you
it's
know,
so
like
it's further away than where
it's
Revival
further
is
away,
now.
but not by much.
Yeah.
Um, for commuting purposes because it it's just, you know, further on the red line. So
Right.
it does take longer to get there, but it's it's by rail rather than by walking.
Right.
So
So
it's about the
did
same.
Revival have a building and they lost it, or what?
Well, so Revival has a building.
What happened?
Well,
What
this is the
happened?
thing is I don't know exactly. Um there is there are a couple of either one or two things is happening. Either there's another class that's meeting at the same time as our class, and therefore they don't have the space, and so they're having us go into this area, or it's not available because they're not using it all the time anymore. Like, you know, you can rent out the whole space for the whole time, or you cannot rent out the space. And I don't know which is true.
Yeah.
I just somebody was somebody was saying that they might be going to a model where rent out other places for rehearsals and stuff, and only rent out the theater for shows. But I don't know if that's like a real thing or not. Maybe I shouldn't have opened my mouth on the internet about it. No one's gonna know. It's gonna be fine. But anyway, yeah. So, here's the thing I was gonna say. You know how I started out in improv one, and then I skipped to four, and then did four and five. So I graduated the program in three classes rather than five.
Right.
And I came back, I'm taking four again. Well, a lot of people in the improv 101 class that I started out in, uh, they were going to go into 301, but 301 wasn't available. So they skipped, and now they're in 401.
So now you're back with that original
So I'm
cohort.
back with the original cohort, at least some of them.
Yeah.
And it's great. Yeah, I'm finally feeling a little bit like I'm, in a place with a community of people that I know, because like they see me and they're like, "Hey," and that's pretty cool. I went into the second house that I've ever been in since I moved here. The first one was, of course, an apartment with one of my friends from the 501 class, the
Right.
401 and 501 class. And then I went to my neighbor's house because my neighbor, who, if you remember, does food stuff,
I
is
was gonna
a
ask if
chef.
it was that taco. Is it tacos? A taco truck?
Oh, all sorts of food.
All sorts of food. Okay.
Tacos are on Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, and then there's a whole bunch of stuff. So, yeah, he was making food, and we were snowed in, so we were just like, because he does catering out of his house, right? Again, do I put it out on the internet? I mean, he has a license. He was
I'm
a
sure. I'm
licensed
sure it's
caterer. He's
all
doing,
above board.
yeah, but but I ordered, it was jerk chicken and macaroni and cheese, and it was great, really good stuff. Um, but
That's
yeah, I just ordered it and then I walked over to his house and got it and
when
came
you
back. It
did
was
you order it online? Did you call him? Did you just yell
I
across
just
the?
I texted him and I said, "Hey, are you making food today?" And he said, "Yeah." It worked out really well.
That's the thing about coming home from vacation when like you're staying in 5-star places. Like there is no lack of food or opportunity to eat. And every morning for breakfast was a buffet where there some of the same things but a lot of different things as well. Like one of the breakfast options at the hotel our last day there was chicken curry.
Ooh.
Um and like all the all the meals were basically just like this amazing food that you just take your pick. They had breakfast at the hotel. They had an egg station. You go order a custom omelet. They weren't the
Oh.
fastest. Like we generally were like had to wait for our egg
Yeah.
dishes. And then I come home to an empty kitchen because I didn't leave any food here because I was gonna be
Yeah, yeah,
gone for
yeah.
over a week. And I'm like, now, like, what do I do now? I go get
So,
teriyaki for dinner last night. That's what,
did you have
that's what I did.
anything to eat that you haven't had before while you were there? Have anything new?
We did go to an authentic Ethiopian restaurant. So,
Hey,
Ethiopia is just to the north of Kenya. There's actually a very large Ethiopian community there. The last time I think the last time I had Ethiopian food, I was with you. Might have even still been in town. A bunch
was
of
it
us.
the Sky Captain?
It might have
The
been, yeah, because
Yeah,
it was in Columbia City.
yeah, yeah. So I was going to say, do you remember? Because my question was going to be, do you remember when you and I had Ethiopian food? So
I
it
don't remember the
wasn't.
name of the
It
restaurant,
wasn't.
but I do remember that.
Yeah, we went and saw Sky Captain,
Yeah, yeah.
and before that we had Ethiopian food.
Yeah. So this was my second time having authentic Ethiopian food.
Man, Ethiopian food's
With
so good.
when you eat with the injera bread,
Yep.
and I uh,
For those
for
of you who have never had it, imagine just a ton of different like sauces and like not stews exactly, but sort of stews, just like a bunch of different things that you pick up with this savory pancake and then eat.
yeah, that's a
And
good
that's
way to
what
put
it
it. Is savory pancake.
yeah.
I think all the listeners, at least the ones who I know about of the show, probably follow me on social media. So I'm repeating myself here, but um, I just in time remembered a clip from, or a number of clips actually, from Parts Unknown with Anthony Bourdain, where he says, "You always pick up the injera and eat with your right hand because
Oh
your
yeah.
left hand is considered unclean,"
Yep.
alluding to you wipe yourself with your left hand.
Yep.
But I'm left-handed, and so it was super hard for me to remember to use my right hand. And the way and the main dish was actually to my left. So I actually had to use my non-dominant hand and reach across my body to get the food. It was super awkward, but I wanted to play by the rules, right? I wanted to be respectful.
Man, now Ben, I got to tell you something. I wish that I had been given that dichotomy when I was a younger kid, like just growing up, that hey, wipe with your left hand, eat with your right hand, and just keep that separate. Because now I'm like, well, ah, I
It's not that big of a deal when you actually have to use utensils when you eat. But I
well, yeah, but
understand
who
where
uses
if
utensils?
you're in a place where you have you know, not a lot of access to clean water and you eat with your hands.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is, I mean, I use soap every single time that I use the bathroom. Let's just get that right out.
Even before I use the bathroom, I do this.
I I wash my hands before I use the bathroom and then after I use the bathroom.
And sometimes even
Sometimes
during.
during. Yes, exactly. If I got a real problem.
That's another thing that I one of the things that I was really concerned about going over there was having a real problem when it came to the bathroom, because when I went to go get my vaccines, they really hammered home stay away from certain things, like don't drink the water, don't have like iced coffee, don't eat ice cubes because they make the ice with the unfiltered water. Don't eat like raw vegetables that are washed with the water. Just stay away from it. The
Wow.
water's poison.
Wow.
And they even gave me some like heavy duty anti traveler's diarrhea pills, and also some Imodium AD for like
Anti-traveler's diarrhea pills.
regular diarrhea pills. I well, now that I'm home, I can say I didn't get bit by any mosquitoes or bats, even though I didn't really know that was going to be a thing.
Wait, you didn't get bit by any mosquitoes?
Did not get bit by any mosquitoes whatsoever.
Oh my God, Ben. Now this is the thing. When you said the mosquitoes were out for blood and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
I thought this is, and I'll tell you this for real. My my understanding, what I had suspected was they're just swarms of mosquitoes, and the mosquito netting and all the malaria stuff and all of that was just to mitigate how many mosquito bites you were getting.
Yeah.
The fact that you didn't get any is amazing.
It's because I prepared. I actually when I went to this travel pharmacy, they gave me this stuff. I don't remember the name of it, but I had to. It's basically mosquito repellent that you spray under your clothes. So I spent about
Yeah, we talked about this.
yeah.
You
I
had
did. I
where
did
did
it.
you end up doing it?
Oh, I actually sprayed everything down on the on the fire escape at Annex, and then let
Okay.
it dry on stage.
Because you were talking about that being the what your plan was going to
Yeah,
be,
and I think
maybe.
it worked. Because, like I said, and also I have like mosquito spray and repellent for the parts of me that were exposed. But the
Hey,
only
let's not.
the only you know the only part of me that was exposed was my head and my hands, and so that's the only part where I used that mosquito repellent because I wore long
What
pants and long sleeves the entire
what
time.
what was your general attire? Did you um go to Banana Republic and buy a whole bunch of
No,
explorer shirts,
I no
or did
I
you
did
wear
buy
your
a
normal
pair of
clothes?
khaki cargo pants. Because apparently like somebody from my crew read something where like certain ticks or mites are attracted to darker clothes. And of
Hmm.
course, all of my clothes are dark.
Because they think it's nighttime
I have no
on your
idea why.
clothes.
But so I bought some cargo pants. I also bought a couple of shirts that are SPF rated shirts, so
Hmm.
they're breathable, but they block the UV rays, which is nice.
Yeah.
So like on yeah, so that was basically my attire when we were on the game drives. It was cargo pants and like a button up shirt. When I was in Nairobi in the city, I just wore blue jeans and the same like button up shirts too. But yeah, never got bit by mosquito or bats, and never had a gastrointestinal issue.
Nice. I've had both of those things, and I didn't even leave the country. Um, no,
Just
but
in the last 5 minutes, I've had both of
I
those
have
things.
been I have been eating fiber gummies, and let me tell you, I like the blue raspberry ones that you can order off of the internet, rather than the orange ones that you can buy at a Walgreens.
I'm assuming
They're
these are
just
gummies specifically to like try to keep you regular in some way.
yeah, that's I mean that's the main thing is that it's just as you get older for a healthy gut, they recommend, doing some sort of fiber supplement.
Yeah,
I don't who are they? Uh the people who talk about these things on the
the
I don't know.
doctors who try to keep you
It seems to
healthy.
be helping. Here's the other thing that's interesting. Okay, so you notice that I'm wearing so Jennifer knitted me this sort of it's sort of a hat, but also a sort of a scarf. It's a it's a long
It's a scarf hat. It's
headband
a
kind of,
scat. Wait a
and it's
minute.
got buttons on it. Anyway, I've been wearing it for a while, and something that I never realized until now, having this as a separation between my headphones and my ears
Yeah.
is really great. I didn't realize how like sweaty my ears became after just wearing these headphones, but having this layer in between really helps.
Really mopping up the sweat over there.
Oh, can I tell you also, uh my phone is a snitch and I don't like it. Uh it keeps on saying to me, "Hey, your headphones are up too high." And I
Yeah.
have to actually go in and like acknowledge something and do I don't like it. I don't like it, Ben.
Yeah, my the health app on my phone,
Yeah,
does the same thing. It'll tell me if my headphones are up too high. But it's not.
that's the thing. Yeah.
It's not. It has not given me any warnings. Even though sometimes I do turn it up because the guitar solo Freebird kicks in, and I want to rock out to
When you
that.
gotta rock out. Hey, can I tell you something?
Tell me something.
Um, I know 3.5 songs now on the banjo uke that I can play without looking at sheet music. I just know them. And the reason it's a half is I'm learning Wood by Alice in Chains.
If I was
Yeah.
you.
I know it. I know it all. I just don't know the lyrics well enough to. And so I'm just gonna keep on adding. And so now every day I play these songs and I practice and stuff like that. And it's really kind of cool because I've never had songs memorized before. And so I mean, I've played a lot, right? But I've always been looking off of sheet music. And Ben, wouldn't you know it, it is very similar to when you learn lines for a play where once you
Repetition, repetition, repetition.
well, I was gonna say once you're off book, you can play around a little bit more. You
Yeah.
actually can can work on doing the acting part.
I I mean, speaking of memorizing songs, I have Nana's Muff memorized.
Oh
Um,
yeah. I don't
but
know if I do.
when my uncle was in town, he was telling me about he in his band they play Hurt, but they do it in the Johnny Cash style.
Yeah.
And he was showing me the chords that they do, and the chords are actually quite similar. I mean, they're the chords that I not to Nana's Muff, but they're like not the chord progression is the same as Nana's Muff, of course, but
Yeah.
they use the same chords along with like an A minor, and yeah. So
Hey,
I
wait a
was like
second.
I was like playing along, and he was singing. It was pretty cool.
Uh, do you have the chords for Nana's Muff?
I think it's C. No, that's a G C D.
GCD. Okay. Because yeah, I should learn. This is the other thing that I wanted to know is I wanted to get the Half Brothers chords for Drive Towards the Lights
Oh yeah.
because I think I should learn those two songs as if I'm going to learn four songs. Right now it's Wood, Gold Lion by the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, City of Dreams by Talking Heads, and Heartbeats, the Jose Gonzalez version.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, it's good. Um, you've probably seen it. It was on a commercial for a while that did really good, did
I've
really well.
for
I'm sorry.
I I learned how to pluck out the opening to Suicide is Painless.
Ooh, yeah.
I can still do that one. Um
Can
but
I tell you?
I don't have I just have the do 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 part, you know.
Do you remember David Sanborn from the Tower of Power horns that would sometimes play on Late Night with David Letterman?
No, but if you hum a few bars, I might be able to fake it.
There was a thing that was on TV every once in a while, which was him playing the theme for MASH
Ah.
as a commercial. I
For
think
anybody
for
listening,
MASH.
the theme for MASH is the song "Suicide Is Painless."
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, friend of the show Andy really likes MASH. That's like one of his
It's a quality
what is
show, and it holds up. In fact,
I am
I'm thinking. I mean, it's streaming. I think it's on Hulu, but
yeah.
I was reading somewhere on Reddit probably that on the DVD edition of MASH, you can select a version that does not
Yeah,
have the laugh track.
no laugh tracks. Yeah, I've heard about that.
And
You might have been the one who told me that.
I'm really interested to watch those episodes without the laugh track to see just how different. I think we talked about this. Yeah, we did talk about
Yeah,
this recently. So,
I was actually thinking about, man, I don't know what's happening, but I am my voice is definitely cracking a couple times. Uh
going through
I was
puberty
thinking
again?
about this that yeah. Uh uh MASH maybe the start of prestige TV a little bit. Like, well, maybe I know this might sound weird, Twilight Zone a little bit too. Like things that kind of, were known to be more literary, more highbrow
It was
stuff.
the first show I remember that was ostensibly a comedy, but was not afraid to lean heavily into drama at times.
Yes.
Even
Um,
like, I mean, I've seen it many, many times, but like if I see a clip of the episode where Radar comes into the operating room and talks about Henry Blake's plane going down, like that
yeah.
still elicits an emotional response from me.
So,
Spoilers for MASH, they killed off
yeah,
Henry Blake.
the chair company.
I've seen the first episode. That's all.
I bought it on I was like, do I want to just get HBO so I can watch it? But I ended up just buying it. It was $20 for the entire season. So I was like, okay, I could do that. Um, and so far it's interesting because it's the closest thing to I think I've mentioned this before, Beau is Afraid. Did you see it or okay.
No.
Beau is Afraid has a style of humor that I think is new. And what I mean by that is it's like it's sort of horror, but it's also comedy in a way that hasn't been done before, where what you're seeing is just too much. It's too much. Um, and I think it's hitting on that. There were points when I was watching that first episode where it was as uncomfortable as when I watched the British episodes of The Office, where like, no, this is not like this is not good, but not that it isn't well done.
Yeah.
It's just that this situation should not be happening.
I think we talked about the chair company before. I saw the first episode and I'm like,
I was
and
interested in it, but I didn't want to know anything about it.
yeah,
I think it was part of it.
I think the chair company is a good show if you know Tim Robinson's work. I don't. I've never seen. I mean,
Yeah,
I know who he is, obviously, but I hadn't seen. What is it? I think you should leave.
yeah, I think you should
Um,
leave. I think
so
you should see. I think you should leave.
do you know what I did watch on the plane? Which you're probably gonna be surprised that I've never seen this before. Um, take a guess as to what movie I watched on the plane that would surprise you that I've never seen.
Um, Gross Point Blank.
No, I've seen part of it. That movie was playing at a party I was at once. No, Eraserhead.
Oh, what a weird time to watch Eraserhead.
I just well, I was loading movies on.
And what a weird show to see on a
I
plane.
was loading movies onto my iPad just to watch on the plane, and
Oh, and
and,
Ben, if I may, look at my knees. Look at my knees.
yeah, it was a weird movie to watch on the plane, um, because like the baby puppet was a little disturbing.
Oh man, when he says, "Oh, you really are sick," that part just
So
yeah.
that was it. I also watched. I'd seen it before, but I wanted to watch it again. Which was The Lighthouse, and
Oh, the
all these
lighthouse, Ben.
black and white esoteric movies. But I had
Yeah.
forgotten about like the masturbation scene and the mermaid on the beach too. So like, you don't
Yeah.
want to watch anything too dirty on the plane because like everybody behind you can
Yeah.
watch what watch what you're watching.
Here, Ben, I'm gonna do this. So you're on the plane and you realize that that scene comes on. Here's what you must do.
Paul's Paul's turned around like he's sitting in front of you on the plane, and then he turned back to you as the person behind him, smiles bigly, and gives two thumbs up. And he's acting like he's enjoying the show. He's pointing at it. He's like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, this is good stuff, right?
Thanks, Ben. That was really good. So yeah,
Um,
I mean, you can't do anything at that point. I told you
no,
about this before, but I'll say it again. Um, I love mathematics. Did you know that about me, Ben?
I had a feeling.
If I could just do math all day, I'd be really happy about
They
it.
have jobs for that.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know math well enough to do those jobs. Um,
You want to be a mathematics hobbyist?
yeah. So the best thing I ever did in college, I think the most well, theater, yes, but I took a math class that is advanced mathematics. It was an introduction to advanced mathematics. It's like, the hotel and how these numbers work and how these things work. I'm not doing a great job explaining it. But anyway, the professor was this sort of this Polish mathematician. Uh, I Everybody else that I was in the class with were math majors, and what I had to do is I had to have them explain to me what the symbols meant, and once they did that, then I would know. Okay, well then this is what the answer is, and they'd be like, "Yes." They're like, "You've never taken math before." I'm like, "No." Um, so it was fun. I really liked being in the class. Um, and the instructor was a very smart guy, a very smart um,
You sort of
sort of
have
business,
to be a math professor.
yeah, like professional man.
Yeah.
So I'm at the urinal and he's at the urinal. I was at the urinal first. If I had walked in and he was at the urinal, I probably would have left. But he walks up next to me, and I have to fart really, really bad. And there's nothing I can do about it. This is a professional guy, a very one of the smartest men I've ever met. And so I just look at her, I go, "Get ready for liftoff," and then I fart really loud because what else are you gonna do at that point? And he laughed so long and hard, Ben, that
I
I
want
felt like,
I want this story to end where he matched your fart.
oh no, that would be great though. And wouldn't you know it, that son of a bitch matched it. Yeah,
Second stage
yeah.
liftoff.
So I am slowly. This is the thing is that I live in Chicago now,
Yeah.
and I love talking like this. And I think that it's not a Chicago accent, but the Chicago.
Chicago.
I
Coffee.
could coffee. No, I'm not even gonna try, but I think I am gonna get like as I get older, just get a little bit more
Hey,
intense with
kids.
this
You
kind of
like
stuff. Hey,
comics?
kids, listen. Hey, crime. That guy. Oh man, these two goofs. Uh, it's just Bob Odenkirk talking about his character is just really great. Oh, hey, speaking of crime, wow, Ben,
Oh, we've stolen an hour from all of our listeners.
tons of problems with crime in general. Oh, I've got something to talk to you about after the podcast,
After the show.
after the show, at
Post
the
show.
non-existent Patreon feed that we. Oh, I will say, I have a new, um, like, not really hero necessarily, but a new inspiration of, oh, this is something someone can do. It's a performer whose character's name is Lucy Darling, who does magic, uh, but doesn't do a lot of magic. Magic as an excuse to patter with the audience
Okay.
most of the performance, and it's pretty great. Um, and if I wonder if you and I were to do it over again, if we could get booked more, if we called ourselves magicians instead of performance artists, and actually, this is what I was thinking about. If the stuff that we do eventually ends up being a magic trick in some way, it's just something I've got in the back of my head because Did we ever do an actual illusion magic trick? I don't think
Um,
we did.
there was we hosted Spin the Bottle with a televised Bruce. You remember that?
Yes. Did we do a thing
There was
in
one
that?
moment where Bruce handed me a card, so I pulled on my
Oh,
ATF
nice.
training and like produced the card from like Bruce giving it to me on the TV.
That's very nice. Okay.
I think that's the only. We must have because Magic
You're the better technical magician out of the two of us, for sure. Like I
certainly in those early days after ATF, it was Magic was more in the forefront of our minds. I think because we'd
like
worked
this is
a
the thing.
lot
Yeah,
on them.
if we could do sleeping bag sumo where one of us actually disappears from the bag, for instance,
Or if our
that kind of thing.
clothes change in some way.
Yeah, 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 exactly. That would be interesting. We revisit our old bits and work a magic trick into them because we've got the spectacle down.
Well, what would okay? So let's figure out how to make this work. You remember acting versus punching, where we wore those large paper bags, and I was trying to act
No.
my way out of the paper bag, and you were
Oh, and
trying
I
to
was going to
punch
try.
your.
Oh my God, that's
So
funny.
you obviously won because it's easier to punch your way out of a paper bag than it is to
Yeah,
act your
yeah.
way out of a paper bag. But here's how you make it a magic trick. I put the bag on, you put the bag on, and then somehow our bodies switch, and I punch my way out of your paper bag.
That would be awesome. And there's got to be a way to do it. Now we have to do is find magicians who can tell us how to do that stuff. Wait, we know a magician, don't we?
um, yes, we do.
Okay, we should write to him and say, "Hey, how would we do this?" And he writes back, "Pay me," and that's it.
Exactly.
Um, all right, Ben.
His
Hey, it's
name is
been
escaping
great.
me right now. What? I'm,
I know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
you know who I'm talking about.
I
Yeah.
know exactly who you're talking about, and I can't think
Christopher
of
Bange.
Christopher Bange. He Christopher Bange doesn't do like large scale illusions, but he might have an idea
Yeah.
for how to do it.
I will mention that I remembered his name before I was able to look it up.
I liked his character that he made that one time who had the sort of the black shiny nose. You
Hmm.
remember that? Like a
Did he do
mare
it
of some
at
kind
a
or
spin
a
the bottle or?
he might have, yeah.
All right.
Anyway, shout out to Christopher Bange. What a what a cool name. And a great magic act.
And
All
just an
right
all around
then.
good guy. Hey,
Yeah.
looks like
If he's killed anyone, we apologize.
we've reached the end of our show today. Good talking to you, Paul. Keep it wrong. How's it happening?
Keep it wrong. How's it happening? Talk to you later, Ben.